That's why a lot of these celebrities that start these things, they can't keep up. You know, like the Meghan Markles.
But you're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, guys, you don't got to do this.
Photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
There are moments when a celebrity's perfect image collides with a truth too loud to hide, a voice too bold to silence. And right now, that voice belongs to Joe Rogan. This week, the most listened-to man on the planet set his sights on Meghan Markle, and what he said hit like a thunderclap. Joe tuned in to Meghan's latest podcast moment, and something didn't sit right with him. The tears, the royal title, the perfectly staged vulnerability, it all felt off. Now Joe's asking the question millions have whispered but never dared to say out loud. Why does Meghan still call herself Duchess if she walked away from the royal life? Rogan's blunt take has shaken the internet. His 200 million followers were already side-eyeing the same thing, and now it's out in the open. Once that door cracks open, more questions pour out fast. Why the dramatic podcast sobs? Why push a lifestyle brand nobody asked for? And why do Meghan's name and those old rumors, whispers about yacht parties and secret Hollywood connections, keep circling back again? Something about this story just won't stay buried. And then comes the question that stops everyone cold. Did Meghan really have no clue about the royal family before marrying into it? Or was that just part of the fairy tale she needed everyone to buy? Every day, more cracks are showing in her story, and people are beginning to wonder if Meghan Markle is as innocent as she wants the world to believe. Joe Rogan, never one to bite his tongue, has built his fame by giving raw, unfiltered takes to over 11 million loyal listeners. And according to Joe, what he's seeing in Meghan isn't a duchess. It's an act. He says it's a performance he's seen before, long before Harry ever entered the picture. Rogan dug into the whispers that have floated around for years, the stories about Meghan's yacht girl party days, those private gatherings hosted by the ultra-rich on luxury yachts, hidden away in ports around the world. The talk is that Meghan once moved through circles where fun and glamour blurred into something more secretive, something only insiders ever saw. But Joe didn't stop there. He made it clear that these weren't solid facts, but part of a larger, deeper context. He highlighted how certain old photos and clips of Meghan from those days have quietly disappeared from the internet. Then, he asked the question that makes everyone lean in: why? Why have so many questions about Meghan's past been met not with answers, but with legal threats and total PR silence? It's the kind of mystery that only grows louder the more people try to hush it. Joe even touched on one of the wildest claims circling online: rumors of an alleged private tape. He made it clear that no real proof exists, but he also pointed out something chilling. The fact that such rumors even exist in the internet age says a lot about how people really see Meghan. Still, Rogan's most cutting blow wasn't about her past scandals. It was about a fact no one can deny. The British public has completely turned against her. A new poll shook everyone. A shocking 97% of people said King Charles should officially strip Meghan and Harry of their royal titles. 97%. That's not just drama. That's a national verdict. It's the sound of a country saying the royal deal is broken, and the titles should go back where they came from. Inside the palace, that message isn't just heard. It's felt. Prince William never speaks openly about his brother or Meghan, but insiders say his silence hides a storm. Those close to him claim he doesn't see this as a family feud anymore. He sees it as a betrayal of the very institution he's sworn to defend. And whispers inside royal circles say William is simply waiting for his moment, the day he becomes king, to take action, strip the Sussexes of their titles, and cut all ties for good. Yet despite all that tension, Meghan still signs off on cards and gifts as Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. That tiny signature speaks volumes. It's her last royal thread, a title she refuses to let go of. She doesn't officially hold that royal title anymore. It was something she and Harry agreed to give up when they walked away from their royal duties. But somehow, that name still keeps showing up beside hers, almost like a crown she refuses to take off.
Knew her a bit before she met Harry. She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that. This is all fake.
You just can't keep faking it. It's too hard.
There isn't a tear in sight. It's an actor's trick.
Don't make yourself cry. Oh, I do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time?
Because here's the truth. Even an unused royal title still carries massive power. It opens doors that ordinary people can't even knock on. It gives the illusion of connection, a shimmer of royal magic that makes anyone who receives a signed Duchess card feel like they're holding a piece of the monarchy itself, even if the royals want nothing to do with it anymore. But Meghan's attachment to the royal image doesn't stop at her signature. It spills into her public appearances, her brand ventures, even the way she presents herself to the world. Just look at her recent podcast appearance with self-made billionaire Jamie Kern-Lima. Meghan got emotional, her voice breaking, her hand clutching tissues as she dabbed her eyes again and again. But here's what people couldn't ignore. Despite all that trembling emotion, no tears ever actually fell. And this isn't the first time that's happened. Viewers are starting to wonder, is this real vulnerability or just another carefully rehearsed act? Turns out, Meghan's emotions seem more like an actor's performance. Perfectly timed gestures, dramatic pauses, and practiced expressions, but missing the one thing you can't fake: authenticity. And then an old clip resurfaced that made everyone's suspicions skyrocket. In that video, Meghan laughed about being able to cry on command, even calling it a skill that's come in handy. That revelation hit hard, especially after all those emotional interviews and podcasts. Body language expert Scott Rouse broke down her behavior during the recent podcast, and his take wasn't flattering. He said there was a clear mismatch between her words and her body language, the kind of disconnect that often signals discomfort or worse, deception. It painted a picture of someone performing rather than feeling. Then came the next twist, her lifestyle brand drama. First, it launched under the name American Riviera Orchard, but suddenly it was rebranded to As Ever, quietly, without explanation. The problem? That original name already belonged to several small businesses, and the logo looked suspiciously similar to the royal monograms that decorate the gates of Buckingham Palace. People started asking, was that a coincidence or a not-so-subtle reach for royal association? To top it off, her product drops sold out instantly, but even that raised eyebrows. Critics said it didn't look like real demand, more like manufactured scarcity, a marketing trick to create hype without needing real sales numbers to back it up. And just when things couldn't get messier, a lawsuit exploded. A woman from Maryland claimed she followed a DIY bath salt recipe from Meghan's Netflix show and ended up with severe burns and ulcers. The woman, who is diabetic, is now suing Meghan, Netflix, and Archewell for up to $10 million in damages. This isn't just bad press. It's turning into a full-blown scandal that Meghan can't easily spin away. Whether that lawsuit holds any real weight is up to the courts.
She opens the door also to when William becomes king, quite reasonably stripping Harry of his title and perhaps down the track Charlotte and Louis's children not having titles either because they're unnecessary.
Well, there was once upon a time where we thought no royal would be able to be stripped of their title, and look what's happened over the last couple of weeks. And you're right, will this impact Harry and Meghan in the future once Prince William becomes king? I guess remain to be seen, but many of us are hoping for.
But the fact that it exists at all is already a major blow to Meghan's image. For someone selling wellness, honesty, and authenticity, this kind of scandal cuts deep. Because just like a royal title, a brand only means something if people still believe in it. There was a time, not that long ago, when Meghan and Harry looked like something fresh, something bold. They were seen as the modern royals, shaking up the system, daring to speak truths no one else in the palace would. But that golden moment has faded away. What's left now is far more tangled. A couple whose every interview, podcast, and documentary keeps changing how the world sees them. Once, they were the brave outsiders, the rebels. Then they became victims, then accusers. And now, to many, they look like performers. Joe Rogan's recent comments weren't just a roast. They marked a turning point, a cultural shift where people finally stopped buying the fairy tale. His question was simple but sharp. Why keep the title? Why the act? Why the endless victim story when the lifestyle screams privilege, not pain? And that question hit a nerve. Rogan didn't just call her out. He echoed what millions were already whispering. For years, the monarchy's power came from its silence. That mysterious aura of never explaining, never justifying, never performing. But Harry and Meghan? They chose the opposite road. They chose to share, to explain, to open the door wide and let the world peek inside. But here's the catch. Once you invite the world to watch, you can't control what it sees. And now, what everyone sees is a contradiction too loud to ignore. They left the royal family to escape the pressure of fame. Yet they can't seem to stay away from the spotlight. They ask for privacy, but keep turning their lives into content. They denounce the monarchy's cruelty, yet cling to its titles, its symbols, its royal glow. It's not simple hypocrisy. It's a full-blown paradox, and the world is finally catching on. It's something deeper, something heartbreakingly human. The struggle to let go of a story, even after you've walked away from it. That's the haunting truth at the heart of all this. And now, thanks to Joe Rogan's bold mockery, the question stands wide open for everyone to see. Does anyone still believe the Meghan and Harry narrative anymore? The answer seems painfully clear. Polls show 97% of people want their royal titles gone. Comment sections have turned savage, and late-night comedians don't even have to try. The jokes practically write themselves. But belief isn't just about numbers or headlines. It's about silence. The silence of once loyal defenders who now stay quiet. The distance of celebrities who used to gush about Meghan and Harry but have quietly moved on. Even the media, once obsessed, now treats them more like a rerun than a revelation. And yet, the spotlight never fades. Not because the press is cruel, but because they keep stepping back into it. Every interview, every lawsuit, every perfectly timed exclusive just spins the wheel again. They can't seem to stop performing, and we, the audience, can't stop watching. Though the applause has long turned into something colder, something closer to exhaustion. Maybe the truth isn't a grand conspiracy at all. Maybe Meghan Markle really is exactly what she appears to be. A woman with massive ambition, who climbed as high as she could, only to lose the one thing she couldn't control, how people see her. And maybe Harry is a man who followed love out of the only world he knew, only to find himself caught between two lives, fully belonging to neither. Perhaps the real tragedy isn't that they deceived anyone, but that they became everything their critics accused them of being: strategic, ambitious, and relentless in their need for validation. And that, more than anything, is what the public can't seem to forgive. Joe Rogan threw the question out there. The public answered loud and clear. Now the only thing left is for Meghan and Harry to decide. Are they still performing for an audience that already walked out of the theater? And for us, the viewers, to decide what we believe. Not about them, but about the stories we keep investing in, long after the magic fades. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Is the show finally over? Or are we still watching Act 2 of the royal drama?